Joining me now is the one and only, my guy, Mike Roach. Now, you were down there, Mike Roach. Mike Reiss.
Oh, I'll be
Thank
Mike
you.
Roach. I
Mike
like that.
Roach. Wow.
One of Danny's
I'm
brother.
thinking about Dan Roach.
Love it.
Yeah. So, you were down there for OTAs.
Yes.
Tell me what you saw. Tell me about the vibe.
All right, I get the vibe from you right now that it's May 25th and we're talking football, Steve Burton. I love it. Do you love football? I love football.
Can't get here soon
All
enough.
Right, here's the vibe. How do you like this, Steve? How'd you like to play for a guy that in the middle of practice puts on a number 51 practice jersey and jumps into a drill as a scout team player? That's Mike Vrabel, your head coach. Steve, he gets into the drill as a scout team player. And so when you ask for the vibe, I'm feeling energy around the team. I think Dan mentioned the participation was high. They're organized. Music is playing the whole time. It feels to me, Steve, like the arrow's pointing up a little bit. You know, that we're 4 wins last season, 4 wins the season before. It feels like they're coming up. They're going to be coming up from that. How high up they can get, I don't know. But it seems to me that things are headed in the right direction.
All right. Everybody wants to know about the quarterback, so let's start with Drake Maye. And here's the deal. Didn't have a great first day when the media portion of practice, you were able to watch that, right? Yeah. Threw 4 picks, but then on, what, 7-on-7? Yeah, he looked good.
I mean, he came back. So, Steve, we were there, and there were 4 interceptions. And sometimes, you know, an interception isn't always on the quarterback. You know, sometimes the receiver can be a miscommunication. But he threw 4 picks, right? I mean, and so ultimately, you know, is it a big deal in a May practice? I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, you were a quarterback, Steve. Sometimes in practice, you tell me, you try some things, you want to see what works. You might be experimenting.
But you hate throwing picks.
You hate them. But you might be experimenting with a new play.
I get you.
So I'm just throwing out different scenarios.
Gonzalez got 2 of them, didn't he?
Oh, that's another story. I mean,
Christian got 2 of them.
Good. Christian Gonzalez.
I like that. Okay.
He looks really good. But Steve, but on Drake, people that know more than me, that I trust, they tell me, don't worry about the picks in a May practice. That it's more what he's working with around him, how Vrabel's coaching him, how Josh McDaniels is coaching him, and just sort of immersing him into this new system.
So tell me about the relationship between Josh and Drake.
Seems pretty close.
Is it?
I mean, you're watching practice and you see pictures of Josh McDaniels right there with Drake Maye. You see one right there. So the coaching is on point. Every play, he's getting it. And I think the system puts a lot on the quarterback, Steve. It's a little bit more, and I think Drake's getting accustomed to it. I think he likes it. He's got Joshua Dobbs, a backup behind him, a veteran. And so I think the early signs are promising in that regard.
Give me some rookie talent. I want to talk about these rookies and who's stepping to the table.
All right, you saw Dan mention Will Campbell, left tackle. Plug and play looks to me, Steve. Now, they're not in pads, but you see him right here. He's at left tackle. So the first snap, you look, oh, who's left tackle, right? Will Campbell. So here's Travion Henderson, the 2nd-round pick. You see the picture right there. And then there's Kyle Williams, the 3rd-round pick. And I think bam, bam, bam. 1, 2, 3, Steve. These guys all going to be significant roles for the team. Well, you got the starting left tackle, Will Campbell. Travion Henderson going to be your 3rd down back. And then Kyle Williams, he was getting a lot of run at receiver because Stephon Diggs limited with the knee. Mac Hollins wasn't practicing for, you know, medical. I'm not sure exactly what it was. So he had a lot of run in there, and he can run. I mean, he looks like he can move a little bit. So it's fun to see the new faces. Steve, a long way to go.
Right. No, I understand, but as you mentioned, it's May.
Yeah.
It's May.
It's May. And you mentioned Christian Gonzalez. I think we got to talk about him, Steve.
So I saw Christian Gonzalez at the Celtics game.
Tell me. Yeah, what did you say to him?
Well, he's fired up. I mean, and rightfully so. This guy is fired up. He had a great year last year. Planning on having another great year, but he plans on having the team having a great year. And they have an easier schedule this year, Mike.
They do. So opening with the Raiders, 9 games at home, 8 on the road. Christian Gonzalez, 2nd-team All-Pro last year. He had 2 picks. We talked about it on Tuesday's practice. Said he's been working on Pilates in the off-season, working with different regimen, but he looks stronger to me, moving really well. Maybe a chance, Steve, here to take his game to a higher
different level.
And if you put, let me tell you what I saw on the defense.
I know what you saw.
He's on one side, Carlton Davis is on the other. So that's 2 good corners.
Two confident corners.
And then, Steve, you look at defensive tackle. You got Christian Barmore, who looks good. Milton Williams, the big signing. So those are 4 pretty good pieces right there to start building your defense.
And they beefed up the line, which is good. They needed to do that. All right, you wrote about Harold Landry.
Yeah, Boston College, right? We remember him from back in 2014 to 2017. Here he is, number 2, pass rush. Right, Steve? So they had 28 sacks last year, last in the NFL. Harold Landry, we talked a little bit about the pass rush, technique that he's been working on and how he wants to be like a baseball pitcher. So when you're a pitcher, you don't want to telegraph.
Right. Where are you coming from?
What pitch you're going to throw.
Exactly.
You want every pitch to look the same, right? So the batter doesn't know what's coming and can't sit on a pitch. So that's what he's been working on in the pass rush. You put him on one side, Keon White on the other. You see what we're getting at, Steve. You got all these pieces, and they want to play on the other side of the line of scrimmage, and you can, again, it's early to see what they could be, but you see a little bit of the theory, the picture of, hey, if this thing, when they put on pads, comes together, they could be a pretty good attacking defense.
Take me back to Drake Maye and Josh just for a second, because Maye's used to shotgun, correct?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, he got under center a few times for the last year, but Josh likes to throw, and Josh also likes to have the quarterback under center as well.
He does.
Is there going to be more of that this year for Drake?
So it could be, Steve, and I think it's such a great question that you asked, because what I get
is
that Josh McDaniels right now is trying to figure out all the pieces that he has to decide whether to do that, right? And so that's a lot of what OTAs is, Steve. What do I have? All right, let me shape my offense.
And where's he comfortable?
Exactly, and they'll put him in the best position.
Good stuff.
Steve, love talking ball with you.
I called you Mike Roach.
I'll take it.
Mike Reiss, my guy. All right.